this is Nancy at Paper Moon Tarot, and I wanted to do a VR to Candy, Soul, and Soil about the Wheel of the Year Tarot Litha edition. And the idea here is that you're looking at decks that remind you of the summer season, basically. I personally don't know much about Litha, so I'm just taking a cue from Summer here. But she has 7 tags, and that's what I'm going to go through. So her first question in the tag is a keyword that you have for summer, Litha. And when I think of it, I think of the word lush, just flowers and fruits and things like that. For some reason, lush came to mind. And so for that, I picked a deck, a fun little mass market deck called the Faerie Tarot, and I just love the colors, the borders, the images on this. It just feels lush with all this abundant color and these fairy images. There's a winter one, you don't need that. But all the warm borders, and you know, you look at that and see the warm sun and the pentacles looking like fruit, like summer. And there we are again with the cups. I feel like that's sitting out at a winery, pouring yourself a glass of wine in the summer sun, nice warm day. And there's greenery, excuse me, and the just fun characters. And so to me, as a keyword, the Faerie Tarot is very lush, very beautiful, and a very fun deck. Very interesting art, quirky characters. I have to stop overusing the word quirky because quirky appeals to me, so I quite often say, oh, it's quirky, and that's a compliment. So that is the Faerie Tarot, and that reminds me of the keyword for summer of lush. So the second one is colors, and I suppose that could have been colors too, but Candy wanted us to think of a color that reminds you of the season of Litha, of summer. And the color that reminds me of it is green. Again, all the lush foliage and leaves coming out. We live in the woods, so in the winter, although we have some fir trees and things like that that stay green, a lot of the trees lose their leaves. So the winter is much less green and vibrant, and the summer, because we're in the woods, is like all green all the way around us. So the deck that made me think of that is the Wildwood Tarot. I don't think there's a card in this deck that doesn't have green in it. It's the greenest deck I know of, and all kinds of shades of green. The backs of the cards are green with trees, so very summery. Now that's the kind of, you see all the seasons of the year in that one. But the Wildwood Tarot I love. I have not been diligent enough to really study the system and know all the ins and outs of it, but the artwork is beautiful, and so I need to spend more time with this one. But definitely a green deck, and makes you feel the sense of the woods and so forth. Well, there's one with only a little green. So that would be the color that reminds me of summer, is green, and the deck, Wildwood Tarot. So the next one is nature. This one, I had to pull this deck out. It's the Children of Litha. So if this is a celebration of Litha, then, you know, I kind of didn't really know what Children of Litha meant till Candy did her thing about, oh, Litha, it's a celebration. I'm like, oh, I've never heard of that. So I always wondered what Children of Litha was about. I'm so ignorant. But the Children of Litha is a beautiful deck. It's not a bright summery deck because it's got this dark black background, but it's very nature inspired. It's got incredible characters. I mean, these are, you know, this is sort of a half human, half animal creature in the strength card along with the lion. It just is a lot of nature and unusual nature. And we have a knight on a horse, but some of the images are just amazing, beautiful. You know, this is Three of Swords, so yeah. I don't know when we're going to make that a beautiful card, but this woman out in nature who's, I guess, part tiger, I guess. This beautiful wolf. So it's just a beautiful deck and has a very natural feeling to it. You know, there we are out with the birds in the nest, and it's not a happy card, but but it's a beautiful card. And there are some very fiery, you know, cards in there that make you feel that summer heat too. So that's the Children of Litha Tarot. And of course, I always put the cards, how to find them, and the creator down below in the comments. So Candy's next category was animals. A deck that makes you think of the animals of summer, the animals of Litha. And I went with just something fun, which is the Bohemian Animal Tarot. And I've always loved this. It's got really nice warm colors for the most part. It's got animals as people, you know, animals in different, and some people don't like that, but I mean, that's summer at the beach with whatever the hell this is, some sort of seal or porpoise. And there's that bright summery sun, sky, flowers. So it's a deck that makes me think of summer in the context of the animals. Day at the beach, you know. Another one with the sunny sky. And this one who I think just epitomizes sitting at the beach with a margarita with dolphins playing and the sun out. And just kind of a fun deck. I've always liked this deck a lot. Beautiful colors, fun art. And that's my Animals of Summer deck. The next category is celebration. How would you celebrate Litha? And I just pulled a deck that it's the Happy Tarot, and it just makes me feel like a celebration. It's like a little party in a deck. It's got the yellow borders, top and bottom, so that's kind of summery. Everything is, excuse me, pretty much fun, bright colors. It just feels like a party, this deck. And, you know, again, all these bright colors to me feel like a celebration. It's a Spanish deck, I believe. Even Judgment feels like a party, which it usually doesn't, but, you know, I know there's a grave in the middle, but the people all look like they're coming for a party, and there's a jazz band in the sky. Something like that. The Lovers. Just fun. I like the expression on the face of Cupid in this card. This guy's having a party, clearly. And you know, again, I don't know that much about Litha, so I can't tell you what I do to celebrate Litha, because I don't. But if I wanted to, this would be the deck I'd pull. That one, it's bright and sunny. Oh, one more sunny card. So, that is, I'm sorry, that's the Magic Tarot. Did I call it the Happy Tarot? It's the Magic Tarot. Okay, personal. Candy sort of said, what is your personal reflection on summer, the summer season? And I'm afraid I'm going to disappoint everybody with this one. Because summer is actually my least favorite season. When I was a kid, we weren't in school, and I didn't like that. I got really bored in the summer. I wanted to get back to school and back to learning. I know I'm weird. And I don't like really hot weather. I grew up on the East Coast of the United States. 90 degree, 95 degree weather and humidity in the summer could happen on a regular basis. Didn't like that. Don't like hot weather. I was born in February, so I'm kind of a winter person. Fall, winter, I love. Spring is fine, unless there are too many bugs or too much rain. But summer, if it gets really hot, I don't like that. So apologies to everyone who loves this season, but I chose the Shadowlands as my deck for summer because there's sort of a shadowy side to this season for me. Don't like the heat. I'm not really a beach person. I don't love wearing short sleeves and bathing suits. I'm not like that. I don't like to parade around for me, showing a whole lot of flesh. A lot of people do. It's just I'm cozier and more clothing. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, so the Shadowlands is summery and it's bright yellow backs, but it's also shadowy. And as I say, the summer is fine, and on really nice summer days, and I live in the Pacific Northwest, so summer isn't super hot, but I guess I'm still getting over the heat wave we had recently that was 97 degrees, which I didn't like. And there were areas around us that had like 116 degrees, and so I can't really complain. But the other thing in living in the Pacific Northwest is that in the summer, the days are really long. It can get light at 5-ish in the morning and stay light out till almost 10 at night. Now, I like a little darkness in my day. I don't want that long a day. It's hard to go to sleep at night. So anyway, here's the shadow side of summer for me, that it certainly has its pleasures. It has beautiful flowers and this and that. But it also is something that sometimes makes me feel like, ick, it's hot, and whatever. And I'm not in school anymore. So that's the personal read on this season. I don't hate it, it's just not my favorite season. So, and finally, Candy asked about an oracle deck that reminds you of summer. And I went with the Salt and Sea Energy Oracle. It's all about the beach. It's all about sun. Wow, that's so shiny. I can't even get a good image of it. But it just feels like a day at the beach. It's beautiful water, and I do like to be near the water if it's all the time. I like to be near the water, looking at a view of the ocean and so forth, if I can, or a lake or something like that. I don't necessarily like to dive into the sea, but I like looking at it. And I live in a little sort of seaport town, so that's great. But yeah, this deck is very pretty and very much about a summery feel to me. That's kind of swamp. It reminds me of the Everglades. Not that I've ever been to the Everglades, but I have been to Florida. But yeah, that's summer. I'll just end on that image. So those are my decks of Litha and my take on the season of summer. And thank you, Candy, so much for the tag and letting me do a VR to it. And as always, I enjoy your videos and your take on things. And I know you're so in love with flowers and gardens and so forth. This is probably your key season. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a great time. And I hope you all enjoy your summers. And let me know what your favorite summery decks are. You take care.